The Caliendo Cast with Frank Caliendo, John Holmberg.
You know what? That's good enough.
Right there, that'll be the reference point.
3, 2, 1, click. What a bunch of a-holes.
I wish there was a YouTube video to know how Frank wants us to do this, because
To do what?
I think we're doing it right, and he just.
I know every week he just rips us for the way we clap and at the timing of it, and I just don't know how to do it. But
you're mocking the clap. That's the whole thing.
I
You don't realize the
to
importance.
purposely okay, but the purpose of a clap, if you're not doing it like organically, everything looks like a mock when you clap.
Yeah, I agree with Scott on this one.
Of course you do.
You're out,
Travel buddy.
You're fired. Yeah, traveling companion.
All right, we have a lot to get into because John and I traveled to Las Vegas
Together.
Why?
Yeah, couples retreat.
Yeah, we were gonna swing, but
She's my son.
oh, you're gonna bring him into it?
No.
Oh my God!
No.
What are you look, brings that up?
Joey
I'm
understood.
sorry.
The funny part is Joey understood it. And now it's
course
got to
he
be
did.
creepy.
Yeah. Oh God, it's creepy because of what you said. I was just
No.
kidding. My son should never
you're
be
just-
said we were gonna
No,
swing.
you're saying creepy stuff.
No, I said we were gonna swing. Ha ha ha! And you said my son. Ew.
Brutal.
And I like Joey, but come on.
He's your birthday pal.
He's my birthday buddy.
You guys have the
birthday.
same evil.
Like 30 years different.
Yeah.
I just want to know what killer is on his phone right now.
Oh yeah.
Joe, do you have a killer on your phone? You have somebody?
Are you can I airdrop the real Jeffrey Epstein still? He's still that. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you change it to like Son of Sam?
Mom made me change it after I was like at the airport.
Oh, people at the airport might question.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Don't want to be a murderer hanging around the airport. Yeah, we traveled
Yep.
together. We were.
He's probably got
traveling.
Harvey Weinstein on it. Be
Oh,
more
that's a
topical.
good one.
So are you talking about JSX or no? 'Cause you said you
Well,
weren't
here's
gonna-
the thing. I couldn't help it. So I started the whole show this morning going, I've got to tell you, and I don't want anyone to use this thing, but I
Right.
want it to be so successful. JSX is going to change the way we travel, but I don't want anyone to do it but me.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, it's brutal. It has to be successful. The more people that know about it, the less efficient it will be.
So it's owned by board members or ownership of JetBlue. Did you know that?
I knew JetBlue was involved. I didn't know.
Yeah, so somebody who's involved there. It is an airline that's basically a commercial airline that almost operates like a charter plane.
Yeah. Yep.
So you get to the airport, security is minimal. They just check your bags, they swipe through them, they take a look at it quickly. They look to see if you're sweating.
They didn't look at ours at all.
No, they swiped. You just didn't. You missed.
No, they did. Megan's bag. They ran two little.
Yeah,
pieces
that's
of
what I
paper
mean.
over
Is
it,
that's the swipe. That's all.
But for
really,
me,
for
I could have had a machete and an M16, and I'd
Did
walk
you?
right on that plane. I could have.
But did you?
I could have.
Did you?
No,
No, you didn't.
I didn't.
Because a machete in your pocket always cuts through.
It's bad. Yeah,
It
it's
always-
a terrible place to store
There's
machetes.
no.
You should always have it out. Always have your machete. Because, what do you need to hide it for? Drawing a machete? That's silly. Just
It
have
takes
out.
too long.
It takes forever.
What are you gonna do? You
Just
cut rice in the
have
fields?
it ready. Have it ready for when you need to take the rest of the group through the jungle or be a madman. Those are the only two uses for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And comedic reference.
Yeah, yes. And
third-
people understand machetes.
Comedic reference is the third. So I tell you all about this airline. You're in
Yeah.
complete disbelief.
Yeah.
Megan
doesn't want to fly
Muppet
on
voice
those planes.
Megan's scared to death of it.
I don't know what this is.
She tells me, she goes,
Is there any security at all?
and I said, what's the point? What terrorist is going to hop on a 30-person jet and make his statement?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm like, you're indoctrinated like the rest of the world into thinking that we're safe at airports. There have been two terrorist attempts on planes since 9/11. Both of them were on the plane. The shoe bomber and the other guy with the gun. Otherwise, they're not stopping
And they
anything.
show that stuff gets through those things
Constantly.
all the time anyway.
I sat next to a guy on my way to Chicago, and I'm hopping on the plane. I'm by myself, and I'm hopping on the plane, and he goes, "Oh my God!" I'm like, "What?" Opens his bag. He goes, "I grabbed the wrong bag out of my car." I'm like, "I don't know how I got here." Open it up. He's got a drill, 2 drills, and like 2-foot drill bits, like 10 of them. And they're diamonds, so they can cut through mortar and all sorts of stuff. He goes, "I can go right through this plane." I'm like,
you said that out loud.
I said it to him. I'm like, "You can do damage." He goes, "I go right through the bottom of this plane." I'm like, "Well, don't." And he goes, "I'm not gonna. I'm gonna get in trouble." I'm like, I don't think if you're this far, it matters.
Right.
So he got, and it's when he's putting it down, you hear, "Cha-ching, cha-ching." I'm like, "How did you not know that was the bag?" And he sat right across from the aisle from me, and he goes, "Man, and he's sweating." And I'm like, "Now you look nervous.
Yeah.
You got to stop." And so we were laughing about it. But there's no Penn and Teller do that whole thing about, like, if I wanted to get on the plane with a weapon, I can sharpen something plastic. No, nothing's getting through here. They're not stopping anything. If somebody really has the wherewithal to want to do this. So JSX is like, we get it. And what are the odds someone's going to try to hump a plane from Phoenix to Vegas? It's not happening.
Now, can you carry like 6 ounces of shampoo on there?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
We just go, oh yeah.
We together.
Jinx, you owe me.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time together. Yeah,
Because I mean, I'm just telling you, like you were bringing up guns and knives and
Right.
and they don't check for that, but they are like rabid dogs, the
Yeah.
TSA, when it comes to 2 ounces
The
of any
liquids.
kind of liquid. You know, maybe I just got back from IVF, you know, and I got to carry that. And maybe I had a Peter North moment, and you know that I'm more than 4 ounces. I just hadn't gotten Peter North in a couple of months, so I just went.
It's a good reference.
Go ahead.
No,
I'll be back in.
You could bring full bottles of shampoo if you wanted.
We had a bottle of wine in our bag.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Where is this? Where can you go from Phoenix? Because I'm not the person that's ever even heard of this until you guys brought it up.
Orange County, I
Vegas,
believe.
Oakland,
Yeah.
Mammoth.
Maybe Portland now. There's
Yeah,
only
something
5 or 6 places.
But it's going to change
And
everything. It's
where's
what
it
Uber
originate
did.
out of?
I think Vegas, actually.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's
That sounds right.
It is it is going to do what Uber did to cabs. It's like the second you do it, you're like, this is such a better way. Like the second you see it, like this is going to change everything. Why would I go back to the old way? I literally arrived Friday. Frank told me, he's like, don't worry about it. Show up 10 minutes before the flight. I had a guy.
And I'm texting you on the way because
was a
Trump
delay.
was in Vegas, or he was in airspace. I don't have to be in Vegas. I can be anywhere I want. Don't.
I have a bit of a radius.
And these are my radius claws.
Huge hands. It's because I have such big hands. They have to say that he's in the county and that just outside the county is more me.
You see
I am
that-
my own wall.
Do you see that circle that happens on the radar? It's mine.
I'm the circle.
I'm the circle. I'm the circle of Trump. So he's there, and the guy at the desk is like very apologetic. He's like, well, our president is in the airspace right now, so you will be unable to travel out to Las Vegas.
right.
And we're just like, okay. And we're kind of upset about it, but at the same time, we're like, there's nothing we can do. He's super nice about
Yeah.
it. And then I'm texting John. He's in the car running stoplights, stop
Flying
signs.
through. I'm 9 minutes from when the plane's supposed to be wheels up. 9 minutes.
And I'm telling you not to worry.
Yeah, but I didn't get
pushed
your
back.
text.
So
Yeah.
here was even a better part of JSX. So they knew that the temporary flight restriction, TFR, was going to happen. And they sent an email out the day before letting us know that the flight was going to be delayed by an hour and don't get there too early.
Yeah.
We're not leaving for an extra hour.
We don't want you milling around our room.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. And here's the very best part. On the way back, my stewardess was a model, which
was too.
never happens. Literally. So I talked about her on the radio this morning, and somebody goes, that's Chelsea. I know who that is. And he sends me her modeling photos.
She really is a model.
She's a real model. I don't know.
IG or real?
I likey. I don't know what that is, but she is a
What
real
was she,
model.
Miss
Not
Jet
Instagram.
Setter?
Miss Jet Setter.
Yeah, that's it.
She won some.
What'd she look like?
Stunning.
What famous?
Gina Lee Nolan when she was young.
Oh yeah,
Baywatch hot. And
Baywatch hot.
Beautiful girl. And some guy's like, yeah, I used to work with her, and then she went off to JSX and won all these things. And then he's sending me all these pictures. I'm like, all right, enough. This is officially weird.
Our flight attendant looked like Zoe Saldana, which is why if you bring a machete on the plane, she could destroy it.
That's right. She's strong.
yeah.
No, she really did look
Westworld.
good. She looked kind of like that. So
Oh.
So then we get on the plane after waiting around for a little bit, and I'm like, "How's this, John?" Because he didn't want to do it at first. He didn't want to go on JSX. I'm like, "How's this, Meg?"
Well, I'd already had my tickets. I lost like $400 making the
And
switch.
and you told me you lost nothing, but you're just trying to get
I didn't know. She told me later that there was no refund. I didn't care. The convenience factor is worth the price.
No, the way you spend money in Vegas,
pretty fun.
I can't wait till we get to that point. Because I was in awe and I was having so much fun just watching you.
Yeah.
Michelle has pictures of me just learning your style.
Which is sitting still and staring at lights.
Yeah, when I wasn't.
I'm
zoning
excited about this.
Yeah.
Okay,
we'll
Let's
get to
skip
it,
the
though.
rest of the plane.
So we
Let's
get
skip
on the
flight.
plane.
Let's get to this.
I'm like, John, it literally will take us 8 minutes to get there. Afterward, we just go to the hotel. We race.
Yeah, limos.
Limos are racing
So
to
bougie.
get us to the hotel.
Our private plane dropped us off and we raced limos back to the hotel. And by the way,
Yes, we did.
it was amazing, Frank, because once I unsnapped my little belt there in the plane, I looked at my clock. We were from the seated position of the plane to the lobby of the hotel in 11 minutes.
It's so
With our bags.
in Vegas
And screwing around with the limo driver, shutting each other's doors, trying to get out from
yeah, we were full on circus antics
Yeah.
between me and
We were
John. By the way,
giddy.
on the plane, I'm tapping his seat. He's putting food in Megan's hair.
She's eating
She's
it.
eating it. Might not even have been his food.
Yeah.
We're doing bits. Flight attendant is not aware that we have a comedic prowess.
That I actually put a little veggie strip chip in my wife's hair, and so she's just sitting there laughing about it. And the stewardess comes up and goes, "Can I help?" And Megan just reaches into her hair, not realizing that the lady's not in on it, and just pulls food out of her hair and eats it and goes, "We're good." And I'm like, "Do you realize what you just did?"
Oh my God, I just ate food from my hair.
She laughed for like 20 minutes. Yes, my wife does sound like Elmo. It's
Did
terrifying.
she do it in front of the model?
No, the
stewardess?
different
Is
one. In
it-
front of the model, I wouldn't have been talking to my wife. I had to play it cool.
So
Right.
There, look, there's a video of it on Frank's Instagram.
yeah.
And I'm dressed as a 1920s paper
What?
boy.
Okay, so did you pay the limo driver? I'm still trying to. You guys were there, and I think you're talking in code where we can't all. So I'm the guy that's not there.
Yeah.
How did you go 11 minutes in a limo race, and how did that all work? I don't understand.
So we get off the plane and you get your luggage as you're walking off.
This is going to be worse once you explain why we both have limos.
Yeah. Well, because yours
Yes, that's
is-
what I
because
wanna try to
His
find.
is comped and everything, and then mine was included in my room because Michelle and I never get away for anything. So we got away for the weekend, and I just went all in on it, and got like a tower suite room
Sky Suite.
at Sky Suite at the Aria.
Beautiful.
So we both have limos, and I can see the look in John's eye of we're racing.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't want to have anything to do with it until I saw that he was going to win.
Yeah. Well, you passed us.
Well, this is just in the parking lot.
Oh.
So he's messing with my door. We have limos sitting right next to each other. He's messing with my door so I can't get in. He's trying to get it locked, all sorts of stuff. And then I go stand in front of their car.
Which stopped both of us.
Yeah, they couldn't. Which the driver didn't even notice because he couldn't see me. I wasn't tall enough over the hood. So I get out of the way. I get in the car. Your guy takes off. We're stopped by some other kind of diversion
Oh.
that you have in Cannonball Run fashion.
I put a boot on your car.
Yeah. So then they're way ahead of us. Our driver starts taking off. He's like, there they are. He's like, do you want me to? I'm like, oh, yes. And we go
took
right past him. And John said in his car, he's like, was that them?
Yeah. And the guy, I was like, yeah. And I just immediately knew that the tip was going to be less than it was a few seconds ago. So I Venmo'd him, and it said, makes you do the little note, and it said second place because it would have been more of a tip, but I only gave him less.
So we get there. We get there first, but Megan goes running past us.
Blazes by it.
Yeah, she's got no bags with her, nothing. Michelle and I are getting out of the car. We think we're in the winner's circle, but we've only won the first leg of the
Right.
triathlon.
We got to get to the lobby and check in.
So I didn't know that. I thought it was just getting to the property.
Oh, no.
Apparently there was another section. So they get there.
But the funny part was when Frank got out of his limo and saw Megan run by, he realized that the race was going to be a foot race now, and I heard, dun, dun, dun!
It's him.
Slay, you write that down. It's him!
This is like Fast and Obvious. Or
JJ.
or the glorious, or
don't
they're like, you guys aren't furious because life is too damn good to be furious about anything.
It's
like
moderately
Ocean's
speedy and glorious.
14. You know, it's like, I don't know what you guys are doing, but
It was great.
it's, you
It was
know,
fun. A fun
I
start.
Yeah. So we.
I
get in-
traveled, but can I just say I
Yeah.
traveled to see the fight too. I didn't mention this.
Oh.
My neighbor had it next door, so I walked across the
Should've
street,
limoed.
and I brought some like chips that I'd already opened.
Should have brought
And there
lima
was-
beans. Lima.
Maybe okay, maybe I should have had my wife drive me next door.
Yeah.
Like
limo
it was a
that over.
limo, and then I pulled up, and so yeah. But so I feel like I got the same experience you guys did. Okay, now
was
go ahead.
strong. It was a
I'll be
good
back for another
experience.
10 minutes.
Captain Chaos is wearing your hat. By
Yeah,
the way.
I was the same. I didn't realize I should have given it to you.
JJ, don't do that, JJ.
So
Don't hit me.
we get to the hotel.
Hey, for some of the younger listeners of our
It's
show,
Soleil.
just so you
Wait,
know-
Salehi's going to figure it out later.
Yeah, we'll get that.
no,
later.
but I've tried to bring up Fast and the Furious and Ocean's 14, but they will beat the Cannonball Run to
Yeah.
a pulp.
Yes.
These two,
Well, nobody cares
Yes.
about the movies you're talking about. This is a classic.
Bert and Dom over here.
We
Go
get
ahead.
to the hotel. You guys check in ahead of us. You went up the regular elevator that time, right? Not your secret elevator?
That elevator was the regular one. There is a secret elevator.
Yeah. Which way? I didn't see you
What?
go.
No. What's
Hold
this
on,
secret
we're
elevator?
going chronologically
Yeah.
because I didn't even know that he had it, like the wall opens up.
Of course it
No,
does.
yeah, John moves the head of the Shakespeare statue,
Follow me. I'll jump.
and Megan's dressed as Robin,
Yeah.
which I believe had something to do with later.
And you'll see me later, donned in the jester's motley.
So we meet up for hors d'oeuvres. What would you call
Yeah,
it?
just got appetizers and drinks.
Appetizers at Javier's in the Aria,
Awesome.
and it was incredible.
Yeah.
I'm salivating right now.
Yeah, it's so good.
He was warning me that how great. I'm a cheapskate. I try not to be, but I just am. John,
How much did that room cost tonight that you just bought?
that I got there? $150 a night. maybe.
No,
Maybe
it did not.
tops. Yeah,
That was I think
on.
that was $1,000.
it was $1,000.
$1,000.
That's about right. 1,000 to
That's
1,200.
a player move. Yeah.
Yeah, but wait, I
Go
mean,
ahead.
Fight weekend though, that's actually pretty good.
Oh yeah, I got it.
That seems
Sometimes
good.
it'll jump up to like $2,000 on the one you got.
Yeah. So we start out. We're just eating all these appetizers, which were fantastic.
Yeah.
People watching. There were some very interestingly dressed people.
Fight weekend and NASCAR combined in Vegas this weekend, and
Ooh.
you saw everything you could imagine from America, like people drinking
Not
mayonnaise,
that you
and
know.
then like
Don't
really
put the
fashionable.
just America.
America. It was a.
So
it
there's
was
a lot of
eclectic.
NASCAR fans in town. So I'm guessing more money was put on Tyson Fury than expected.
It was a 90%
Probably.
Tyson Fury crowd. I would.
We'll get to
I
it.
guess.
Let's go
All right. All right.
chronologically.
Sorry, he's jumping.
Yes, I know.
I'm sorry.
He's a time traveler. We're shapeshifters. He's a time traveler.
A time
He's
traveler.
a time traveler.
Yeah.
So, let's go from there. Javier's. It's
Yeah.
a good night.
Amazing
Did
food.
we do it? We didn't really do anything.
I gambled until 3:30 in the
I
morning.
went to watch him gamble. That's where I first experienced. By the way, I am a bump on a log. I'm the worst person to hang out with, I believe, because I am nothing. I just observe
Yeah.
and dislike. I don't
Yeah.
really have
Totally.
fun. I don't know how to have fun. I was learning from John.
This is the most truthful thing you've ever said.
Yes.
Probably.
I don't relax. I've struggled with
You
it.
don't.
See, now that's the only place I can do that. Like I can be in a room by like Vegas makes me feel like nothing matters. So all of your inhibitions, all of your weird kind of quirks, mine,
Yeah, because you're not weird there.
disappear.
Yeah.
I don't have like it's the weirdest thing. I'm so comfortable there,
John, do you drink?
like a fish.
Okay, and Frank's never drank alcohol, correct? I mean,
I mean, I've never been
Tasted
drunk.
it, but you don't go out.
never been drunk. Maybe one, like for this podcast, one episode,
Drunk.
we should have Frank at least buzzed.
All
buzzed.
all I need is NyQuil. That'll do
Oh,
it.
I can't. Benadryl makes me higher than anything I've ever taken.
Can we take Frank
Yeah.
to ASU?
Yeah, Salehi, that's on you.
All right, so John goes to the high limit slots. He just goes and sits over there. And he takes a seat. They all know him. What's up, Johnny? Mr. John, how are you?
It's called a gambling problem.
It was almost Bond-like. Yeah. Mr. John.
Mr. Holmberg, you've returned. Welcome. Your seat's available to your right, sir.
Guy threw.
Yeah. Oh,
New Zealand.
I'll get you with my flying fish.
So,
right then,
Gotta write that one down, Sean.
How come your wife sounds like one of us?
That was actually
John
C. Riley.
Yeah. I wasn't trying to do it, but it came out that way. I'm a rocket.
Hey, funny.
How come I'm a Muppet too? Hey. Which character was that?
It was going to be New Zealand and his amazing flying fish.
That's right. The
I
Muppet.
can't do it because John C. Riley's
No, it's nothing. I'm a rocket.
I have a John C. Riley problem.
You've caught it.
Oh, the John C. O'Reilly factor?
Come on.
Love that.
We came
Love
up with a
that
couple of
idea.
gems up in Vegas, but that is gold.
Yeah, we're doing lots of mashups.
Mash 'em ups.
So John sits down.
Can I ask Holmberg? You play slots, which I don't think of a person that is a high roller likes to play slots. What,
I'm an
what
isolation.
appealed?
Hey, sigh
so
for a
you like-
second. Sigh for a
Yeah.
second. I'm going to cut you off because I had the same thought as you because I'm thinking he's going to go play blackjack or poker or some type of game that's manly.
Use your
I'm
brain.
thinking-
Yeah,
Use your
nothing
brain.
about what I'm doing is man.
No, nothing about except it doesn't start out manly, but somehow the room is engulfed in manhood.
Yeah.
Hold on. Talk about the dollar amounts. That's the most manly.
I'm gonna get there.
Okay.
I'm gonna get there because I thought maybe I don't think I thought about it. I thought maybe you'd be doing $20, $50 slots, something like that. I thought maybe that was where you'd start. He pulls out a wad of cash, like a Mike Ditka wad. I've ever told you how Mike Ditka just has cash? He just chews the gum.
Yeah, huge.
Ditka just has cash. Like in there, it's in a circle. It's a wheel of cash. There's so much.
He spreads it out.
Yeah, you know when
he fans himself with it.
Yeah, it's like the tickets. Like when you see a roll of tickets.
Yeah.
That they're handing out at like a high school basketball game.
like a fair.
That's how Ditka keeps his cash.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need a couple bucks.
I got mine banded.
He pulls out this cash. I'm like, how much is that? Are we talking the money?
I don't care. Yeah.
$10,000.
Yes.
He's like, I just got $10,000. I'm like, I can't even comprehend. You're about to just give away $10,000.
Yeah.
John, what about your kids' college fund? Oh, wait a minute. That's
Isn't
right.
it great?
Yeah.
Oh my
Joey,
gosh. Yeah. Go ahead.
My son's here. You know why I don't have fun? You.
You're the problem. You're his
Hey,
$10,000 wad. He's
Joey-
trying, sort of.
Joey, I knew your dad before you.
He can't hear you. I
and
don't
he
think
was,
he can. Salehi, give him so he can hear
Yeah.
you.
You need to know this. I knew Frank as a young man, and he was no fun then. He was the least
It's not your
fun
fault.
person. He's more fun as a 40-something than he was as a 20-something. I promise you that.
Have you always been kind of
A bum? Yeah. Give the mic to Joey. Give the
I
mic
didn't
to
mean
Joey.
to say that.
No, it's true.
But
I know what I am. I'm not a Debbie Downer because I don't
No.
get involved.
Well, that's the thing. I
Right.
like my observation of you this weekend wasn't that you're a downer at all. I understand it. I could see where somebody thinks that, but like I know what observational people are like.
Yeah.
I'm that way most of the time.
Right.
Some reason Vegas changes me completely. I'm just Megan even says like you're happier here. I don't sleep. I just do. And I'm fine there. And I'm by myself. It's like I'm there alone. I don't deal with people. They all know me. I talk to them. And I get it. Like you're sitting there going,
Yeah,
cool.
you talk to them, but they all call you Mister.
Well, sure. They know me. That's how I like
How
to
often
live.
do you go there?
4 or 5 times a year. Maybe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, so
Usually for fights or events, though.
he's starting to play, and what were the dollar amounts you're playing?
Well, the one I go to a game called it's a Wheel of Fortune game, and I'll take 5,000 and I put it right in.
Not because of the game, just because he's a huge Pat Sajak
I'm a
fan.
big Pat fan, and really when Vanna took over and Pat's daughter did I was touched. So it was more of a tribute. So I go play this game, and it's $100 a credit, and then so it's basically can be $100 per spin which isn't that much, but it eats it up fast. So I do 50 spins on that, and usually you come up okay. I got 3,000 like second spin, and you start building that, and then I just keep.
How much did you put in at the beginning?
5.
Okay, $5,000.
And I think I left with 4,200 out of that machine.
Right, but he was up, and then Michelle and I showed up.
Yeah. Oh my God, Caliendo, Joey, never go with your parents to Las Vegas. They are, and maybe you shouldn't go. They are the coolers of coolers. I had just goofing around, kind of killing time. $1,200 in a machine. I'm going up, doing well, back and forth with this thing. Michelle and Frank show up, go, hey, how's your day going? And I'm like, good. And literally the machine goes, ugh.
And Scott Longside and went bankrupt.
Gone.
There isn't even a bankrupt. There isn't even a bankrupt on the wheel.
Yeah.
It just appeared.
Yeah. I don't like to have blame because they're just electronic machines that don't have any feelings, but they know when you're around.
Now, I had the awareness of that.
Yes. You did.
Most people don't have that awareness.
No.
And I said,
did you learn
Michelle,
it from your dad yelling at you once at a casino? Because, I mean, your dad's like a low roller, but likes to play, right?
Yeah, my dad is the limbo player.
He's way down.
He's way down. I don't know.
But he likes the rush.
He gambles with his friend's teeth.
I think that is rocks and teeth. I don't go crazy. Like the 5,000 is a plan, and one time I've ever tried this that I left where it ate all 5. Most of the time I'm up because I only do the 50 spins. That's my first move. And then I leave with some house money usually and go goof on that. And the most I've ever done on that thing is like 15,000 in the second spin. I'm like, we're good.
Right.
So you win a few. So high limit slots, the reason I play that is because there's actual payouts. You sit on a penny machine or people sit on those things all day long. You can play all day. You'll never win anything good. These payouts are great.
So did I put in the money that night? I didn't put in the money the next day.
Yeah, you just watched.
Yeah,
me
I watched.
and
I saw
sucked
you were
the life out of
losing,
it.
and I'm like, "Shall we got to get out of here? This is not."
Just to let you know, Scott, I'm down from the 10,000 down to about $100.
Oh,
yeah, it was.
I'm
going
aware.
Fast.
I'm just slow.
Yeah, and well, it wasn't that slow. And then when they left, I built it back up to 10 and went to my room. But it took a few hours. I was out there.
But you didn't even know what time it was because you got back at like 3 in the morning.
About 3:30. Yeah.
And because I texted you the next morning and nothing, and I thought it would be late enough. It was like 10:30 in the morning, but you didn't get up till like 11:30. And
So what's a late night for you, Frank? Even in Vegas?
9 p.m.
Yeah, he was out at about 9.
No, we were. Yeah,
It's about 9:30. We ate. We hung around for a little bit. You watched me goof off. And
Now, is that because of Michelle, or is that just both?
No,
of
I was
you?
just tired.
Frank was out.
Just an old man.
He got up real early that morning. I mean,
I get up, and I'm up all night.
Yeah, but you woke up at 3:30 Saturday for no reason and just started to mill around the room.
Yeah, I started doing arts and crafts.
Yeah, you
I
got
built a scrapbook. I was building my Vegas scrapbook.
By the way, you guys were saying about Frank being the cooler. You never, being a Vegas native, you never ask somebody how they're doing at the slots.
I've had people stand behind me, and each button I push, oh, you're getting killed. Oh, that's another $100. Oh, there goes another 100. You're an idiot. You shouldn't be doing this. And I'm like, you need to leave now. Well, you won something. You should walk away. This is ridiculous. I'm like, I don't care. And then I get really bad because I don't care about the money part. I get upset because I have a budget to lose. If I lose it, I don't care. It's like on a side cash. And so I will play a machine that's intentionally cold to piss off the guy who doesn't like that I'm doing it. I will lose money I get great joy out of the dude that's trying to tell me how to do this.
Yeah.
I love it. But Frank's not like, you weren't like that at all. You're actually very pleasant for someone who doesn't gamble because most of the time somebody has a snide comment. I do better things with my money.
No,
my boss said.
I
I'm
was
like, all right.
I was enjoying watching you have fun because it was you were in a zone. You were in this weird. I mean, it was like watching a professional athlete in a weird way because you got in a zone and nothing else in the world was really going on. You sit down and all of a sudden you have a posture I've never seen you use, kind of like a schlumpy lean back. I would say no. You know the motorcycles with the big high back and
yeah.
It's a chopper. He's got
with the gorilla monkey.
Yeah,
handlebar?
That's kind of what it was.
Really? God,
yeah,
I
but
gotta
just not
change
up that high.
Yeah.
So the next morning or the next day, we go down to the casino and we see John playing, and he's playing a little bit lower. You're playing in the main.
It was a tiny machine. I was just goofing around.
So he was doing that, and I grabbed out $20, just spit that out right away. Lost $20. And the reason I did that is because I bought some Snickers bars in the room for about 80.
Yeah.
And figured, hey, what's another 20?
Right.
When you're buying mini Snickers bars for literally $15.
Right.
My money goes away right away. I put in another 20. I'm done. I want to do more, but Michelle's just giving me this look of,
You can't do it. You're not
no,
allowed.
you're not allowed.
That's a purse.
Can I
Shoes.
stop 1 second just to say that this week I won't play the what you guys would or wouldn't do game, because you're buying $15 Snickers and you're playing slot machines, the $100 and purposely trying to lose just to piss people off in the back. You're almost like Bloomberg. Did you hear Bloomberg bought a billboard in Vegas that said Trump cheats at golf? That's all it said.
That's great.
I might get one of those for Holmberg in
great.
Vegas.
That is rich.
Holmberg. Yeah, that's
great. That is like, to me, that was one of those, like, and if Trump did it to Bloomberg and he does stuff like that, to me, that would be well worth the kind of stuff to blow your money on.
Right.
Yeah.
He might buy that billboard, but he's not tall enough to see it himself. That, and he's never beat me at golf. I've crushed him every time. I shot a 19.
He's good at one golf, miniature golf. That's
He's the king of miniature golf. He can putt through a windmill like nobody because he can walk
slip
under
through
it.
the clown's nose.
So we at that point we go back and rest a little bit. Michelle always wants ice cream. I don't know if we stopped for ice cream that time, but we did get plenty of ice cream. We go meet up with John for dinner.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not ready for this restaurant Catch, which and I should explain this to everybody too. John's treated like a whale there.
It's because it's called a gambling problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I could just buy the stuff I'm doing, but I play and they give it to me for free. So it's almost like I'm buying
right, and it almost doesn't feel like you're buying anything. You're just walking around going, send it to the Underhills.
It is that a little bit.
Put it on the Underhills bill. It's totally Fletch.
Yeah. It feels like you own it for a little while. I'm paying for it.
He walks around. He's just doing whatever he wants. And John has said, I think, on the podcast a few times, but he tells me all the time, he goes, a few years ago I decided that I'm just not going to care what anybody thinks of me.
Yeah.
And Vegas is where he proves that. He just goes and does whatever he wants. He doesn't care. We're doing silly walks.
Yeah.
Everything we're doing, he punched somebody out on the way. It doesn't matter. He's just having fun. He's in his own world. So we go to this restaurant Catch, and he just says, don't worry, I'm going to order.
Because I turned into Chris Evans.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm going to order. Captain America, put it on my shield. So he starts saying, I'm going to order a bunch of meat. He just starts ordering meat. And then the waiter comes to me and goes, what are you getting? And I'm like, he told me to get nothing. And then everybody looked at me like, you need to get something.
Well, I didn't know you had a fish, you have a hateful attitude towards fish.
Well, maybe because you weren't listening for the 15
No, I
times
heard you
told
say it, but I didn't realize how hateful.
Yeah, I just don't.
It's like all of it.
No interest.
Okay. Now,
That's
I got that
Midwestern, by the
Yeah.
way. I'm gonna break in there. That at least Frank grew up right next to water. Frank grew up right next to water. So there was fish, but it wasn't any fish you would eat.
No, it's
really.
like carp. Yeah, carp fish.
And I grew up in Iowa where there is, if you're in the middle of it, there's rivers on the side, but no water there to the point where like Holiday Inn like pool was like the third biggest lake. And Red Lobster was where you would eat if you wanted fish because you wanted it breaded.
Oh.
Like, would you eat breaded fish, Frank?
I don't like fish at all. I will eat squid. I'll eat calamari.
Oh, that's good.
And that stuff. What did I eat? I ate crab there that just melted.
Lobster. You had a lobster.
The lobster just melted.
Yeah.
So John just orders stuff. He's cooking steak on a rock. He doesn't even. When I say cooking, I mean he puts it on for 0.2 seconds and then basically eats it raw.
I like raw.
And people are saying you can't do that. He's like, oh, that's an old wives' tale.
It is.
As he's got all sorts of.
Please, I'm functioning.
Yeah.
It all worked.
Did you have like Tyson Fury blood all over your tongue? Were you like flicking it at people?
Oh,
yeah.
Vampire.
Vampire. Oh, so good.
So after the meal, I go, "Do you want me to tip or anything?" You're like, "Don't worry about it." That's my new voice for you. So deep voice. That's like your biggest voice.
Hey, look, I got to tell you right now. I got this.
I'll turn you into Mike Ehrmantraut.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Don't worry. It's all gonna be fine.
Everything's covered, Frank.
I go after the dinner. I go, "How much would this cost if you had paid for it?" He goes, "I don't know, $1,300." I'm like, well, I see why you can throw away the money because it's. By the way, are we allowed to say the hostess?
Oh yeah,
Erica from
Zapika. She's awesome.
Filipina.
She's a Filipina.
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 Has the greatest. She doesn't. So did she know who I was or didn't she?
Yes.
She did from the beginning.
Yes.
She was acting like she didn't know who I was, and she goes, "Wait a second.
Right.
Were you on Hard Knocks?"
Yeah. She knows you.
And she has the greatest laugh because you say something and she explodes.
It's huge.
You'll say, I did a little groove, and she's like,
yeah, and it blows through the whole casino.
Oh, it pierces.
Yeah.
It's like a machete that you couldn't bring on a plane.
That's the total opposite of any comedian's wife who never laughs at anything, unless you fall or like you don't get a gig that you want. I mean, that's about the.
Michelle laughs at nothing I do, and Megan doesn't understand anything John's doing.
That's absolute fact, except for when I eat food out of her hair.
That's great stuff. You and Frank should have that bit on your show.
It's a podcast.
They'll hear it. They'll hear you crunching, and then you tell them.
Like, why don't I just tell them?
I guess you're right. Look at this video of my dogs.
All right. For my dogs, too.
We leave the dinner. We're running late because John has ordered the menu. Like he ordered more raw meat to.
But meanwhile, look, meanwhile, the lump is like, okay, get more of that meat. Like you were loving every second of everything I ordered.
Listen, I was happy.
Oh, it was good.
The meat.
I'm making me hungry now. Why are we talking about this? Let's go.
Yeah. We go over. He's got the limo set up for us to go over to see Wilder Fury. We sit down. We have really good seats. I'd figured out too, and I said at dinner, I go, "I'm sorry." John's like, "For what?" I go, "We made your seats worse, didn't we?" Because he would have gotten 2 probably ringside seats.
About 5th row, probably was what Eric.
He'd have been with Colin Cowherd.
Yeah.
And Pat Mahomes, but instead he needed 4 seats together, and that put us up in the 2nd tier.
They scooted us back,
which were still fantastic.
Actually, I prefer, to be honest, I've been down close, where like unless you're ringside.
Yeah.
The seats I had for the last one were pretty great. These were really good vantage points.
Yeah, it was great. They were actually
really
good.
You
could watch the screen, and you could watch the fight,
yeah.
and it was equal amount of time watching both.
Yeah.
I sit down to I want to take a picture of me there. For some reason, the front of my screen won't zoom in, so I borrow. First of all, I'd go to take a picture of myself, a selfie with the ring in the background. And the guy in back of me, who's on the other side, he's like, "Whoa!" I'm like, "Dude, I'm not taking a picture of you. I don't think you were there for this." He's like, "Whoa!" I'm like, I go, "I have no interest in taking pictures of you. I'm going to take a picture of me. It's going this way." Okay, all right.
The guy was he with a hooker?
No, he was behind us. He might have been with somebody he wasn't supposed to be. I don't know.
Yeah, that was it.
Wow. I didn't know that.
He was a younger guy, so I don't think so. He just didn't want to be. Yeah. You don't know whose camera roll you're in.
Yeah, but young guys have hookers.
Yeah, I mean, he might have.
On this
she looked like she might have been. But then
show me the pictures because you got tons of her.
Yeah, I didn't take any of myself. So I don't. So I take the picture and mine won't zoom in, so I can't make it look like I'm closer to the ring than I am. So I go, "Michelle, can I borrow your camera?" And the guy's already mad at me. I put it on mine. I put it on to take a picture of me. It flashes on him, and it's right in his eye.
Oh.
And I go, that went toward you, and he went, "Yeah." And I wanted to go, I'm kind of famous.
Yeah.
Not famous enough for you to know who I am.
Right.
So we could, and I didn't say anything. So
hey, this is a question I always wanted to ask. If you're in a bad spot, do you look at the person and pull out an impression that you think they will get? Like it's a younger person. Who would have you pulled out for that guy that they would have been, "Oh, okay, that's the guy." You know what I'm saying?
Probably my Scott Long sigh.
or Jim. Yeah.
No, Jim Rome's old now, man.
Yeah.
No,
That's
I
right,
was
Robert
thinking
Downey
of Tony
Jr.
Romo.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be good, Jim. Oh, the flashes in your eye.
Quit taking pictures of me, dude.
That's all. I want to see this guy. I want to go back in time and see this. I didn't know anything about this.
Yeah, you were out peeing or getting
Free food.
Yeah, free food. That was free too. Oh, that was at MGM.
Yeah.
The fight starts between me and that guy. No, the pomp and circumstance begins, and Tyson Fury's coming out on his Cleopatra.
Unreal.
Slower than it was.
They took up the whole
glacier
song.
speed.
They took up all of Patsy Cline's "Crazy" from the beginning in the tunnel all the way to the ring. Patsy Cline's 4.5-minute song of "Crazy" played. It took him 4 minutes, and now I don't know if you've seen Deontay Wilder is complaining that his walk up to the ring was why he didn't have his legs. The suit was 40 pounds.
The heavy suit.
Yeah, which you knew, you moron.
Well, it's your own fault,
right? So you can't sit back and go, "Oh yeah."
Anything, and I don't.
Terrible
I don't believe that.
No, he's in too good a shape. Like you talk to guys in the Marines who hump 125 pounds, firemen carrying this stuff around all day, and they're like, "You had a 40-pound suit on, and you're a tip-top, physically perfect athlete."
Come on. Don't dress like you're in the Holy Grail.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a flesh wound.
Just a flesh wound.
He's the Knight of the Black Forest.
Right.
So that all.
Boy, and when he came out to the music too.
Right.
Oh man, that was divisive.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
It was weird.
Yeah,
I heard Whitlock and those guys talking about that.
Yeah,
today,
it was
too.
a little bit. Well, I mean, especially because it was USA versus Great Britain.
Yeah.
But he divided it to be like, no, root for the white guy because I don't want you. That was an aggressive.
That's what happened to
song.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going in a patriotic American who I always root for the U.S. person. And I'm like, okay, this will be great. It's USA. And he comes out and that I like rap. I like a lot of rap. I'm not that old guy that doesn't like rap. The rap that he did, I wouldn't even listen to the message. It was just so bad.
Yeah.
The one dude
it's not a big song. It's not a well-known guy.
It was his tribute to Black History Month, and it was all about black owned, black this, and it's like, this is not like, okay, I get what you're doing, but you're losing fans. People on the fence who are here for the first time are not going to sit and go, Deontay's my guy. He doesn't want me. You dismissed a lot of average Joe fans who were tuning into this thing and who weren't boxing
fans.
And
I missed a little piece. Saturday. I should have talked about this. Walking into the arena, it was like a cross between Willy Wonka and Harry Potter characters because everybody was from Europe.
Yeah.
And it was 99%, and people are like, "It's not coming down over here." I went to the bathroom, like, "What's it gonna take out here?"
Oh, that's right. He's got an entire very.
Hey, wait a minute.
It's
got long side.
There's only one Tyson Fury.
Let's save that because I can't wait till that. That was the. Were they singing that before?
They sang it the whole time. That's I got excited. You didn't see me singing it in the thing. I was going nuts.
No, I was too engulfed in the people. I mean, I was just.
Do you know they did that for another fighter before him?
Counting teeth and.
That's Ricky Hatton was an English fighter. Everybody.
Oh, I remember Ricky Hatton.
And Ricky Hatton had a chance at Mayweather in the eyes of a lot of people because he was an upstart power puncher. He liked the body shots. Very strong accent, very body. Loves hitting your body. And he'd go very crazy. And then you'd go to the fights, and there's only one Ricky Hatton. Oh. And so it rolled and rolled. So I knew the minute they started singing, I'm like, oh, they're doing this for everybody.
So is that the Ricky Hatton song?
It was Ricky Hatton's, and now it's Tyson Fury.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Just
Michelle was asking about. By the way, she loved the pomp and circumstance of everything. She liked that, like the drama of the fight, the build up, all that kind of stuff. And she likes her grandpa used to watch fights, and she fights with her grandpa. Yes. So the fight starts, and Tyson Fury immediately goes in. Like, I'm laughing because he's in the middle of the ring, and they've just said, like, let's get to the middle, and he's already there.
Yeah. They were both lining up pretty aggressively.
Yeah, but Deontay was not. He got up there, but Tyson Fury was in the middle of the ring, and I'm laughing because he didn't even walk. He kind of floated, which also goes with the vampire of the licking the blood.
Yeah,
he was there. They both had that look in their eyes of I'm focused.
Yeah.
It's that Conor McGregor walk with his
Yeah.
hands flailing
But
behind
that's
him.
a show. Tyson Fury was present. Like, he was in the moment. That is the ultimate athlete when you look and go, oh, this dude owns the room right now. Deontay Wilder usually does that. There was something missing because I think Tyson Fury's presence was bigger than his. And that I've never seen.
Way bigger.
I mean, I've been to Deontay Wilder fights before, and he owns the arena. Tyson Fury owned the atmosphere that was his. And it wasn't the crowd. The crowd could have been the opposite. You knew it when he went in. It was different. I'd read a lot of stuff about the fight going in. I put a bet on him knocking him out in the third round.
Yeah.
And because I read that, when he went to 272 as a weight, Deontay Wilder went to 231. And I'm like, Deontay is worried about him leaning on him. He wants to put some muscle on. And that's exactly what Tyson did for months and months. He said, I'm going to attack him. And
Let me do an impression. How much did you put down for that? $500?
$500.
This is John after he put down $500. So John put down $500 on Tyson Fury to knock out Deontay Wilder in the third round. He knocked him down twice, and it looked like he could have done a third.
Yeah.
And then the bell rang. This was John.
I got a little tight. It was $20,000.
20 grand!
I forgot. I put 4 on that round and 100 for a friend on another one.
Oh!
That was a little bomb.
20 grand! 20 grand! Like, I didn't know
was
what
so
you were,
close.
I did not know what you were looking at.
So close.
You know that look I had in the casino while you were playing the slots at $1,000 a pop?
Yeah.
That was your 20 grand!
that blank stare.
And Michelle's like,
Holmberg,
What did I miss? What did I miss?
Yeah.
this is the first time you seem humid.
Yeah.
Human.
Have I seen
human?
less than human?
Less than
Yeah,
humid?
I'm
a
like,
little
if you
humid.
could just throw money away,
I
and then
can't.
on this one, no, this was awesome.
Yeah.
I used to have a serious gambling problem on sports,
Right.
and
now it's hysterical.
Now it's a humorous
Now it's a hilarious gambling problem.
no, but I'm so glad that you actually could feel.
Oh no!
you could feel.
Look, when I miss a win like that, and I very rarely bet on the fight I go to because I don't want to be depressed if I miss. But midway through that thing, I wanted Tyson Fury to win in the walk up, and I started to become. I'm a fan of both fighters, but Tyson Fury just was so clearly better in the first round. His boxing skills better anyway.
He was defined the
he's
entire time.
Yeah.
Everything you saw from Tyson Fury, you felt like game plan,
everything,
and now it's being executed.
everything.
Deontay Wilder, you felt like he's just kind of there.
He exposed Deontay Wilder's one-trick pony side, which as a boxing fan, Luis Ortiz did and a couple other guys did, but they get sloppy. Tyson Fury's defense is so good. His boxing skills so good. His
reach.
His reach is insane, but it's his footwork that gives him the openings for that reach.
You guys have played Street Fighter 2?
Oh, yeah.
You know Dalsam? the guy from India?
He's just huge. Yeah, it never stops punching.
And then Tyson Fury shot fire.
Yeah.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, that would have been nice. That's Dragon Ball
That was
Z.
actually I don't remember what the sound was for Dalsam. But I also did the Blanca.
Yoga fire.
Yoga fire, that's
flame.
it. Yoga fire.
Yoga fire.
Yoga flame.
Yeah,
Yoga flame.
Yeah, the cool thing about that fight though, if you're watching that, if you get a chance to watch it again, watch the footwork.
Yeah.
Because Deontay Wilder has none.
Mm-hmm.
None. He is a cocked and loaded one-punch wonder. And by the way, both hands can knock you out. So he knows that. And he's become reliant on that. It's like Mike Tyson is the best example of that. After Customato died, he stopped using his footwork and became completely reliant on knocking people out. And then he ran into guys like Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield, who used their footwork to make his punches look really powerful, but they're just glancing off because footwork makes the whole sport. And Tyson Fury's footwork was the best I've ever seen it.
But he could also
Saturday
punch from the other side of the ring.
And that's, he's only 3 inches taller, 2.5 inches taller. But his arms look like, but that's.
There is a new one, Tyson Fury.
One Tyson Fury. So it gets to the point where he looks bigger, he looks faster, and it's all feet. And what that guy was doing was a clinic.
Yeah.
And how to beat a power puncher.
So the guy behind me is a come on, Deontay. Come on, Deontay.
Yeah.
Oh, what is going on?
Yeah.
He's doing that by him. He's like, he's not in this.
Yeah.
He's not in this. And I'm just being quiet because I'm worried I'm going to get him in a picture. Or something. But he was upset. Sean?
I was just going to ask. I mean, obviously, you all can keep going until the end of the fight, but I wanted to know whether or not you guys wanted to see a trilogy fight.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's already.
Would you agree?
I think they said that it's
going to happen.
Well,
He
Wilder
exercised
today exercised the.
Oh, did he exercise it? He
rematch,
said he was
yes.
going to,
Erica?
but
Where's
I'm
Erica?
guessing it will be September.
Catch.
Well, we're there.
Catch.
It's happening. We'll go. But yeah, I don't know if Deontay Wilder wants a third one. He has to take the rematch, so he can't fight anybody in between. But if he loses the next one, that's his legacy gone.
Well, how big of a factor do you think the fact that he broke his eardrum was, or ruptured?
They said it didn't.
Really?
Yeah, they said it didn't. Now he's got stitches in his ear. I'm not one that necessarily believes that because his corner was so worried. I mean, from where we were sitting, I'm looking, and the guy in front of me is like, they're not letting him come out for the 7th. There was a doctor and 3 guys, and they were bickering. I didn't hear it yet. So I knew that there was worry that it was broken. They said they confirmed today it wasn't. It was a cut inside the ear. But you can't tell. And to me, blood coming out of your head is a concussion. That's brain trauma. So, and when they threw that towel in, they did it for the 3rd fight. They threw the towel in for Wilder to be able to fight another day. Because another punch with brain damage, the ones he was taking, that's a year off. He's not coming back from it.
You know how easy it would be just to make Tyson Fury's Punch-Out?
Oh, my God.
There's only
Hey, I didn't-
one choice to fit in.
But, yeah, the fight was unreal. The people there were great. And just watching that clinic was amazing. And I like watching fighters rise to the occasion. And the occasion wasn't bigger than either of them. And the third one would be amazing. Would you agree, though, that it's better than being in a Super Bowl? Heavyweight
Way
championship
better.
fighting?
Yeah, because you
It's
felt
so
like
amazing.
you were part of it. Super Bowl does not feel like people are
They
into it.
dismiss you. The crowd is filled with average fans, business people. Nobody's really a fan of the team. And the whole lower bowl, it's just comp tickets to people who could care less about who's on the field. This was people who wanted to be there.
Yeah.
Like every
Everybody
person
cared.
there wanted to be there. And it was loud.
People come from over the pond.
They do the WWE. They have the intros. They have the videos that play. They're very in tune with how to make it a big deal. And I think heavyweight boxing is the best event you can attend as a sports fan, bar none.
I'd never experienced anything like it.
I've been in the NCAA championship games. They've dismissed the fans by putting those in 80,000 seat stadiums. You can't even see the game.
Yeah,
they're hard to like, and it's hard to be in. And
this was
Super
just
Bowls
the
are
right
boring.
size, no bad seat.
No.
I thought, like you said, we had an incredible vantage point.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to get in here. I mean, I've been trying. I've been trying for a while. I've even signed twice to no avail. Like you guys are there. I just got to tell you, I'm in front of a TV. I can see everything.
Yeah.
You know, it was great.
It's a good scene.
And I'm also going to tell. Yeah, I had a ruptured eardrum from J-Rock, the rapper. There was blood coming down just before the fun. I got in such a state that I by the end of his song, like Colin Kaepernick, I was paying no attention to anything that rapper did. I couldn't get past that. And from that on, I was focused.
It was over. Yeah. It was easy to be a fan. They made you easy to pick a side. That's for sure.
All right, is there anything else you wanted to break down in the fight at all?
I'm just looking at the fight. I can't wait for the third one. I would guess September. That would probably be speed to get that in. Plus, it'll be around I don't know if they'll do it that time. They used to Floyd Mayweather used to fight a Mexican fighter every Cinco de Mayo and Mexican Independence Day, which May and September. That was their fight weekends, and they can't get one in May, so they might get a Canelo fight in there, and then later.
But the way
September has to be about right.
Fury crushed him. Like he didn't even look like he was, like he didn't get hit, right? Not really.
Not much.
And he looked.
Watch Tyson Fury do anything right now, though. He was so dynamic, and then after he was more charismatic than he sang "American Pie," which is the longest song in the history of karaoke, and he's like, "Screw it, I'm doing that one."
Yeah, American Pie was fantastic.
He spit on the ground.
Yeah,
I mean, he was like so dynamic. I feel like I would watch him fight almost anybody now. He can fight whoever he wants. He gave everything. Like you feel cheated most of the time you get a pay-per-view in boxing.
Right.
And
he's got the thing.
He
He's got
was
that extra
a
thing.
freaking show.
He also did that thing where he said he'll be a champion again.
Deontay? Yeah, no, they're super
he'll be a
respectful of each
champion
other.
again.
Yeah.
I thought that was super cordial and nice of him. And
the two of them are very respectful to each other. They sold it beautifully. It was perfect. PR was perfect. The fight night was perfect. Everything was great. It was just I can't sell that event enough. If you can.
No, I was thrilled.
Yeah.
It's something that I think Michelle and I are going to start doing.
Boxing matches?
Yeah.
Or fighting each other.
On your
yeah, no, I'll take you up there all the time.
Well, John, last question I have is you mentioned the size of the venue.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting. Perhaps I think a lot of it had to do potentially with the Golden Knights having a game at T-Mobile. Yeah. Orleans holds what? Maybe 10,000, I would say, or rather MGM.
MGM. The Grand Garden's about 15.
Is it 15?
Maybe a little more for stuff like this.
So would you be okay with going up to like 20?
I've been to the T-Mobile for a fight, and it's fine, but it's big. And they cut a little piece of it off. It's cavernous.
It also feels further back. I went to that fight with you there at T-Mobile, and it feels like you're further back.
Yeah, there's a couple that are, I think that like UNLV is a good spot to do that. They've got Mandalay Bay's places about the same size. So I think Grand Garden's amazing. I think what I'd love to see them do is bring back the old Caesar's Palace outdoor.
I was going to say outdoor. I've never seen outdoor boxing.
Caesar's Palace used to have fights outside. And some legendary fights outside.
That's how the parachuter landed.
That's right.
In the ring.
Bo Holyfield was the. I think that was at MGM, and that was the outside arena there. And that was when the Fan Man came down. But Dooku Kim and the legendary fight that ended up killing Dooku Kim was with
Boom Boom Mancini.
Boom Boom Mancini. I think that was outside it. And Sugar Ray Leonard fought outside all the time at Caesars in June, which is insane to think about. Like those guys would fight in the middle of summer in Las Vegas at 8 o'clock and the sun was up. It was nuts. But yeah, Vegas just does it right. It is the entertainment capital of the world for a reason, and it's outstanding.
Salehi, before we move on to our other story, the Bill Walton story.
Yes.
What do you got? What did you?
Well, I try to go in chronological order. The first one.
Hold on. I'm going to set this up for people who are just listening for the first time. Sean Salehi, 25 years old. John and I in our mid-60s. How old are you?
21.
21. Oh, I thought you said 25 last time.
No, I'm going to be 22 next week.
You act like a 25-year-old.
Oh, okay.
21 years old, and much hipper than our broken hips. So we make references that even Scott, Scott, you're 49, 50?
Sure, that sounds really much better than my real age. So
okay,
yeah. Well, and let's get to Shillelagh because I hate him. I don't like anything about him. And go ahead, Sean.
You don't care for the kid. He's getting.
Well, I got voted. No. I was pretty much voted off the island on social media. I mean,
is that right?
Oh, really?
I was getting. There were comments.
That actually.
Oh no, that's because I said you quit, and then people were actually going, "I can't believe the intern quit." I'm like, no, that was a joke, and I said it was a joke. They're just not listening.
You didn't tell me that. I was like pretty pissed, and I was firing off some pretty mean stuff on social media, which I don't even. Yeah, I'm not even a part of. I'm sorry about that, Sean.
It's okay.
I didn't expect you to be back.
It's okay. So the first one was "It's him" or the foot race joke.
Okay, that's Cannonball Run.
Okay, Cannonball Run. Yeah, never heard of that.
You might need to watch that and report back on what you think of it.
Yeah. Okay. I wonder how it resonates 35 years later, 40 years later.
Nothing that like the technology in the cars.
It might be kind of funny.
Look hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's about
Susan
a race
Anton
might
still resonate.
It's Fast and the Furious done in the 70s
with comedy.
Boy.
Yeah, with and it's ad libbed. It's a lot of improv.
Interesting. All right, yeah, I'll definitely
stick around for the outtakes.
It's not
outtakes are. That's it. Like that's why you'd watch it.
Okay, I'll definitely watch that before next episode.
I take these bleeds here. I'm gonna take these bleeds right here. Yeah, those bleeds there.
New Zealand. That one went right away.
Yeah. So there's a show called The Muppet Show.
Oh man.
And New Zealand. Did you know this one?
I knew. Yeah, I know who it is.
He had a flying fish.
I didn't.
It's a boomerang flying fish. He's like, I guess you with my flying fish. And he sounds a lot like John C. Reilly.
Now he's John C. Reilly.
I didn't even know. I didn't know that. Wreck it. It's all right, so.
So there he is. New Zealand was awesome.
New Zealand kind of looks like Ernie.
Yeah.
He was with a mustache.
He was somewhat of a cruddy clown that had a weird act.
You know what? You know what he is? Blue Oyster Bar Ernie.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
I've got a flying fish.
And he would chuck it around the room. Right?
How about this? You combine Ernie and Freddie Mercury.
Yes, very much.
Yeah.
Or a David Cross toupeed guy.
He doesn't.
Like it with two like hair.
I gotta find out the origin of that character. Okay, so you got that. Was there
And
anything
then
else?
the last one is Fletch.
Oh, that's painful.
It's a film.
That
right?
hurts.
It's a movie,
Oh,
right?
that hurts a lot.
It's a film.
What do you mean?
Ouch.
It's like like something you'd study in a class, a film.
Okay, I'll say movie from
Chevy
cinema?
Chase, who was you can't tell if he's an idiot or brilliant.
He was brilliant then.
Yeah, but I mean, no, in terms of the character itself.
Yeah.
Clark Griswold, I always say you can't tell if he's brilliant or an idiot, and it turns out to be the idiot.
Yeah.
Fletch is you can't tell if he's brilliant or an idiot, and it turns out he's brilliant.
He's brilliant.
And he plays that line.
It's his greatest role.
It's
his
a book.
greatest
By
role.
far.
It's a book first. Irwin
Yes.
Fletcher, and it's.
I read it.
Is it good?
Yeah, I read. It's a great book.
I can't read.
It's a good book.
I'm not a good reader. I'm bad at that. So the movie,
No,
that movie
I
made me
love that
curious.
movie so much
Yeah, it's a
that
great
I
movie.
read the book. And
Where are we in time to leave?
Yeah, it's
Dr.
it,
Rosen?
1 hour.
We're already in an hour. Should I save Walton for next week?
Maybe.
I don't know. I feel like we can get through that pretty quick.
He's starting.
We have a compressed episode next week.
We do?
Yeah, we're thinking.
Potentially.
We're thinking about airing Adam Ray.
Oh, all right.
So we'd only do a top part to that.
Yeah. Should we tell everybody about how you and I wouldn't stop doing Tyson Fury impressions back and forth to each other to ad nauseum?
Yeah, I mean,
got annoying.
Well,
to everyone. And our mashup characters are.
That's what I was going to ask.
No,
you.
your mashup.
Brought that up this morning. There was a mashup.
No,
that's yours.
No. Mike Tyson Fury's mine.
Right.
Stephen A. Hawking is yours.
Oh, right, Stephen.
And Stephen A. Hawking may be my favorite thing ever. Because Stephen A. Hawking is either a
Okay,
brilliant.
let's hear that.
It's a we haven't worked it out. We got to mash
we're
this
not
up.
sure which it is, or the two of us combined to.
Right. Is he
form.
Scott? You decide. Is he Stephen A. Hawking, sports caster who talks like Stephen, like he? Now it's time to take a gander at the Celtics and 76ers rivalry this season. It is ludicrous. It is asinine, and it is unbelievable, Max, that you. Or is he a brilliant scientist, Stephen A. Smith?
I have to say that the astrophysiology that's going on right here and the quantum physicism that is encapsulated in what you're about to partake in is something that can only be found in the quantum realm, which if you look it up,
Stephen, we're talking about the Phoenix Suns.
I have to say that's a conundrum of none other. And the pomp and circumstance of the aurora is exactly what I'm thinking of right now.
Stephen A. Hawking.
Okay, if I had Frank do Stephen A. Smith, he would be killing this one. But I have never heard anybody talk like Stephen Hawking.
Right.
Hawkins.
Stephen A. Hawking.
Yeah,
It's not that hard,
I've never.
athlete. It's something
Well,
everyone can do.
I feel like if you had like some kind of sports script or like you were doing skip, but you were doing your guys,
Skip,
like if he was
skip,
competing
skip.
against.
Yeah, he's trying to get a word in. I got to tell this story real quick because I developed the Stephen A. Hawking impression off of someone else, if you can imagine. Real quick, I was in a small town eating breakfast at a mom and pop breakfast place that smelled so good it was painful, and just Megan and I are in there. In wanders a party of 12. And one of the people there is in a wheelchair with the computer, and they're eyeballing what they're going to say, and that takes time. So sometimes what they're saying is popping off a little late. So everybody's having a good time. This person's in their chair, totally incapacitated. Occasionally you'd hear, "So what are we going to do today?" And they'd be like, "Oh, that's a great question." And then they treat it, and then all the food comes out, and it is Grandma's kitchen. And it's quiet for a little bit, and I'm looking at Megan. I'm like, maybe we'd get better service if I talked like this. And she's like, shut up, shut up, shut up. So all of a sudden, it's dead quiet in the place. People are just here, plates and forks and things going, and you hear, I'm watching. The computer is squaring up letters and throwing them into a thing, and you just hear everything smells so good. And I'm like, we gotta go. Because they just took her in there to eat. And she can't. So all she has is one thing left, and that's smell. Let's take her in the greatest smelling place to remember what breakfast was. Could you please puree your French toast and pour it into my feeder? And I just, we gotta go.
Okay, now, is it too late to change my mind? Because after that horrible story, now I feel. It's totally true. It's totally true.
I can't take it anymore. I need a cigarette. They've changed it now, so my Stephen A. Hawking is definitely not the old computer, but it still works.
No, it's very speak and spell it.
It's the old speak and spell cow. C-O-W, that's correct.
All right, I'm going to get a quick thing about the Walton, where I'm going to tell the full story next week, but I just know people wanted to hear a little bit about this.
That's great.
I do.
I'm going to save the meat of the story for next week, but in terms of, so I tell John, I'm like, you're not going to believe this. I'm going to go do Bill Walton with Bill Walton, and the look on your face was awesome.
Oh, that's
like,
awesome.
How do I? We figured out a way to get John involved next time too. I'll get into that, but this is the main part of the story. I get there, I say hello to Walton. Walton's like, Frank, you can do anything you want. There is no possible way to offend me. Say whatever you want. Go the full deal. Enjoy yourself at my expense. It doesn't matter. And Pash is his partner, who plays the greatest straight man in the world.
Couldn't do it without him. It wouldn't work.
He was so good.
He had the best line of the whole night. He said, "You're doing so much. Bill's actually talking basketball."
Right.
That was the best line of the night.
I was on with Tom Tolbert today, and his former partner.
Yeah.
And Tolbert was the one who I said to me, "Got to work. Got Detlef Schrempf."
Yeah.
He's like, Detlef Schrempf. So in terms of that. Just hang out with him so much. Salehi turns out to be there. He sees me. He texts me. He's like, do you need any information? I'm like, absolutely, because I've forgotten everything that I wanted to say because this arena is so loud and I'm not ready for it. I was ready and planned what I wanted to do, just like I did for Hard Knocks, and then it all left me because I was tired. I'm with Joey. They've got us courtside. Apparently Bill's saying things like, there's Joey Caliendo sitting next to his father, who's less important. Like Bill's just having fun with that. And by the way, for anybody who doesn't know, Bill Walton, the nicest guy in the world. That's a game. He's playing a game with the earth. He's messing with everybody. He's totally prepared and knows everything he's doing. It's incredible what the show that he puts on. So Salehi's given me these ideas. John had given me some great lines to do. Scott, you had some great stuff that you'd sent me to. I had all these things I had written down on the program in front of me, and Bill keeps looking down like, when's he going to do the material? But the energy was so big, and I was just having so much fun, and Pash was laughing so hard because it was with Walton that it just went over, and it was just killing. It trended for like an hour or two on Twitter nationwide.
It was great.
Just a huge deal. So I'll get into the details.
John, you watched it on TV?
My father-in-law called and said, Frank's on ASU. And I'm like, oh, yeah. We talked about it that day. And I'm like, oh, God, how did I forget this? And I fired it over there, immediately caught you right as you started. And then what was funny, and Scott, I don't know if you get the same thing I do, being part of the podcast, people are texting me all night.
Right.
Hey, your boy Frank's on the ASU game.
Yeah.
Frank's doing this with Walton.
Oh, sure.
And I'm getting the clips, and I'm like, I saw it. And I think he tell me. Like, I don't think he's hiding it from me. So it was awesome. But we had a couple of, like, we went back and forth that day doing stuff, and then you ran off, and he gave you so many avenues.
Yeah,
by himself. It was
great.
And
the crowd. It was
awesome.
More the game stuff.
It's one of those.
But you had a couple of like perfect Walton words, and Salehi had a couple that I just. And what I did, what always happens to me, I just get in the moment and do my own personal character. But Jeff Sully Sullivan was giving me he was telling me when to pop in with things.
Oh, really?
In my ear, he's like, right now, put it down, big man.
Yeah.
One time, he's just giving me those the right times to say it. He's like, right here and click. He's like, that's the 9th worst possession in Oregon history.
Yeah.
Those things, and those were just killing. So
yeah.
You practically led. They focused as much on you and Walton, and that was a big game. You know, it was a big game for both teams. So there's that. Then the thing that I don't know, the game before was like some Big Ten game. It was a big game too. And they were promoting you that you were going to be on there.
Well, it was all supposed to be a secret, and I was just supposed to walk on. But then the bosses found out, and then they turned it out and turned it on into a promotion.
Yeah, it was,
which I was fine with because
but the promotion that they use, the fattest photo you've ever taken in your life. Oh my God. I don't even remember you this big. I mean, it was like, I don't know, they photoshopped you on John Panette's body
really
or something.
Fat pictures.
Coming up tonight on the ASU Oregon game, Frank Caliendo going to join everybody with Bill Walton. He's going to try to eat him. Take a look at that photo. Going to eat Bill Walton and Dave Pash, or as he likes to call him, Dave Panache. Tonight.
Frank, I'm not kidding. You're half.
No, I know.
At least.
I Google fat Frank Caliendo.
There's one.
There's some. There are
you were like wearing a black suit with like a blue shirt or something.
Yeah. You know what? Do this.
And you were
That's
sweaty.
A really good one right there. Google Frank Caliendo, Tom Cruise.
He's all sweaty.
Oh yeah. There's some. That one with me and Michelle. There's one with me and Michelle and Louis Anderson.
Moses.
You can't tell which is which.
Yeah, there's a large fella right there.
Did you with the Tom Cruise one isn't coming up? Tonight Show.
No, you have Fat Frank. I would imagine just take the fat part out, it'll pop up. He Googled.
There, look at me at Tom Cruise.
Oh, my Lord.
The aliens send him down for me to eat him.
Scientology's delicious, I think.
Here's how messed up I was.
My God, you're Will Sasso.
Here's how messed up I was. I thought he and I were in the same shape at the time. So, have you had the appetizer yet?
By shape, you mean human form, or you're like literally
No, that's
shape?
gelatinous.
Yeah. We're in the same shape if you count humans as the same.
Okay, how do you feel when you see those photos?
Mad.
Yeah.
Because I have
Mad
great pictures
TV.
against all these superstars. Halle Berry, him.
I don't remember you being that big.
Neither do I. No, I do because one time I walked into your partner, radio partner Brady.
Yeah.
And you're like, look at these two.
Oh, really?
Which one's which?
Oh,
yeah,
that's big.
And I cried a little bit. All right. Yeah. Well, I'll do the play-by-play of that one next week because there's a lot more to it. Doing Pat McAfee this week.
Were you funny or fat?
What was that?
Were you funny or fat?
No, less funny because I couldn't morph.
You were uncomfortable.
I was always a South Park character.
You were the fat version of all your characters.
You know when Jose does our animations.
Yeah.
And everybody looks a little rounder.
Yeah.
He would have to shrink me a little.
Every once in a while in the animations, Jose should have the ghost of Fat Frank show up and just eat the entire set.
I like the idea of that.
Done. We got that.
that might be an animation right there.
Just gobbling.
Cartman going,
this guy looks like he's huge. Fat Frank is back. I'm not fat, I'm just big bone. But this guy's a whale. Screw you guys. I'm eating it.
Oh, we lost him.
Scott.
He sighed himself right out.
Do you think he sucked in?
He sighed himself to death.
Good thing we're wrapping up.
He sighed himself into a black hole.
All right. Were there any other references, Salehi, that you missed in the second half?
No, because we were all talking Bill Walton and everything. So no,
okay,
we didn't touch.
We're gonna get into that full story next time. I'm going to Pat McAfee this week. I'm not sure what else, but that's the big deal.
That's a big one.
Yeah, and he's
and
real
a shout
excited.
out to Gruden because this is the shirt.
Oh yeah, I do have the
Aerosmith.
I do have the Aerosmith shirt on. Get behind the mic.
Gruden was at the fight with
Mark Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got the really good seats, man. Hey, and next time, Jose, how about you mention that during the segment? We're talking about the fight. Don't wait till the end.
Well, you were doing the Aerosmith, so I guess it kind of went together with that.
I saw you up there,
I got
Frank.
you. Okay.
Behind the moon.
Was the pretty good call? Yeah.
Yeah, you were up there.
Hey, did you shine a flash in the guy's eyes, man?
He saw it.
One of our players, man.
Aware.
All right. Jose, let them know what you got.
Jose Meza _creator at IG and the podcast Juan and Joe podcast.
Sean?
At double the word S30 on all social media platforms and tune into ASU Athletics.
Yeah, you're on everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the by, the Wilder Fury fight's confirmed for this summer now.
All right, let's
So
go.
it'll be
What
hopefully around Joey and mine's birthday.
What day are we going?
Whenever it happens, Frank. We can't dictate when it happens.
Tell Erica. No, I think we can.
All right, I'll call and see if I can get the
Tell
fight
Erica
on my birthday.
the day I want it.
That would be amazing.